Hi everybody, it's Facebook Live Day Thursday, again my favorite day of the week when I get to share some info with you. Today, because the sun is shining through peaks of rain, I wanted to jump outside and do this outside so that I could get a little bit of sun and maybe share it with you as well. And also because our topic today is about bugs and how to relieve our itching and discomfort. So I thought it would be great to do it outside and enjoy the great outdoors. It's a little stinky out here. We're having some trouble with skunks. And so it's quite aromatic and not quite in the way I'm used to with my essential oils. But I'll tell you the trick. The best oil to be using to help combat that lovely aroma is purification. So I have even mixed up sprays and put it on the dog if he got in touch with a skunk, and just spray and spray and spray and spray and spray and have it going 24/7 in the diffuser to help keep the air in the house a little bit manageable. But again, there's nothing like I don't know, is it a vinegar bath or a tomato bath? I'm not quite sure. I can't remember what we did, but we bathed him in to get rid of the terrible smell. But yeah, skunks are just part of this time of year, and hopefully we'll be getting rid of some of them over this weekend because we have quite a plethora, and they are spraying quite a lot. Skunks. So today, we're going to do more about bugs, though, specifically mosquitoes and mosquito bites and how to relieve the itching that comes with them. And so we're going to go through some oils on those. And I'm going to talk a little bit about carrier oils today and what oils you can use to dilute and blend in with your essential oils, and what oils you would use and why you would use them. So let's start with, actually, first I want to highlight a very special oil that's just come back in stock, and that's the Valor oil. And if you have heard of that one, hello, someone just came on. Can you let me know if you can hear me? I'm using the headphones today, or the earbuds today, because there's lots of outside noise, and I want to make sure you can hear me clearly. So if you are on, and if you're live, just post, yes, you can hear me, and then I'll continue on. Otherwise, I will change things up a little bit, but I'm hoping that you can hear me clearly. So the Valor oil has been an oil in the Young Living repertoire for quite a while. Awesome. Yes, Rhonda says she can hear me. Thank you, Rhonda. And Valor has been an oil that's kind of been in and out of Canada due to just some issues with some of the ingredients in growing and getting a good crop. So Young Living, when we're growing our crops for the oils, if there's anything that doesn't pass our inspection and past our rigorous testing, then those batches are thrown out and we don't sell them. We don't ever put them on the market for you. So Valor has been one that's been a bit challenging to get good inventory of the products that we need to put in here. So they've changed, Gary Young has changed up the formula just a little bit, and also been able to contract another farm in, I can't remember where it is, I can't remember where it is, I'll have to look that up. Oh, I have a robin, like right there. The joys of being outside. So Comfort is the new ingredient that he was able to find and harvest for us. So now Valor should be available more readily and more on a regular basis, which is awesome. The ingredients in Valor, and then I'll tell you why I love it so much, are black spruce, camphor, blue tansy, frankincense, and geranium. Valor has been known as the oil of courage, and so whenever I'm going into a challenging situation or could potentially be facing adversity, this is the oil I grab. It's really great for strength, courage, and self-esteem. And it also has a really neat technique that we do with the Valor. It's called the Valor Balance. And I do this on my kids. You can do it on yourself. Do it on your spouse. Just do it on anybody who needs a little bit of balancing in their body, in their emotions, or in just whatever is going on if they need a little bit more balance. So what you do is, I won't actually do it here because I didn't set it up to do it. Anyway, so you're going to put a drop into your hands, rub them together, and then if you're doing it on somebody else, you're going to have them laying down in front of you so that their feet are pointing you straight up. So they're going to be laying on their back, feet facing you. And you're going to take your right hand, put it on their right foot, so that you're cupping their foot like this, so that the palm of your hand is basically, can I show you? Is on the base like this. Actually, it'll be like this, opposite hand, opposite foot. So the right hand goes on their right foot, and your left hand goes on their left foot, and you're crossing your arms like this. And then you're just going to hold that. Both of you breathe deeply and just start to listen. Listen to what's going on in your body, in your hands. So your other person who is receiving the balance is just going to listen and breathe deeply and just rest in that. And that really helps the energy centers start going and balancing systems in the body. So it's a really neat experience. And I've done it with my kids and asked them to notice if anything feels different in their body. And I have one of my kids in particular is quite tuned in, and he says, "Yeah, I feel so much better." So, and I noticed too that he's just calmer and just more in tune with his body. So I really like to do that, and I often forget. Well, because we haven't had Valor in for a long time, I haven't been able to do it. So now that's going to be on in my awareness, putting this right on the shelf so I can see it and do that Valor Balance whenever we need to. So that's a really good way to just, help everybody in the household with that. And carrier oils. This is another... some decisions to be making when you are making blends and when you're diluting your oils is what kind of carrier oil are you going to use and why. So here are some of my favorites. So there's the V6, and this is a combination of, I think, 6 different oils from grapeseed, sweet almond, sunflower, wheat germ, sesame, olive oil. So these are already combined for you. So this is a really great, if you don't want to ever have to worry about it, just do this. And that will, that'll pretty much take care of all the different kind of combinations that you're wanting to be working with. There's also straight up olive oil, which I really like for children. Because it's a thicker consistency, it helps to slow the absorption of the oil into the body. So for those young skin and maybe sensitive skin, you might not want that oil going straight in, that essential oil going straight into the body system. You might want it just kind of diffuse it a little bit. And that's what the olive oil is really good for, is just slowing that absorption down. Another really good one, which is also a nice thick one, is grapeseed. And I really like this one if I'm doing a blend that I'm not going to use up right away. So this has a good shelf life to it. So if I want a blend to last a lot longer, then that's what I will use is the grapeseed oil. But a nice, great thick oil as well. Good for kids also. Good for your skin. I think it's good for your face also, the grapeseed. But generally, I go to that for longer lasting to increase the shelf life. And then your MCT oil or fractionated coconut oil. So this is coconut oil in a liquid form. So you can hear it sloshing around there. And it doesn't ever solidify like your normal coconut oil would when you put it in the fridge or whatever. It's always going to be liquid. I find it to be quite light. So I use it a lot for blending right away. So let's say I want to use a tea tree oil and I want to blend that. I want to dilute it. I will grab the MCT oil, put a couple drops of MCT oil, and then my tea tree, and then blend that, and then put it on my face or whatever I'm going to be doing with it. So I find that is my nice, quick and easy blending carrier oil. And I do put it in, if I'm making a roller ball as well, I'll put it in there, but I tend to use that one up quicker because it doesn't have as long a shelf life as the grapeseed or the olive oil. So, but again, it is my go-to. It's the one I travel with. Because I eat it also. MCT or fractionated coconut oil is so good for our body systems and for keeping us healthy. So it's always in my suitcase, and if I need a little bit of something, I'll usually mix it with something. I don't generally shoot straight fractionated coconut oil, but I guess some people might do that if you're up to it. But definitely in my smoothies, definitely in salad dressings and things like that. So it's a good all-around blending carrier oil to use. I tend to use those more than I use the V6, only because the V6 is not gluten-free. So if you are avoiding gluten, then you'll want to stick with the straight-up carrier oils and not the blend, because it does have wheat germ in it. If you are not avoiding gluten and you're like bring on the gluten, then this is going to be perfectly safe for you. It does has sesame in it, so if there's any sesame allergies as well, you want to avoid that. So that's, yeah, but it's a nice, just nice, compact, and easy, ready to go carrier oil, that one. So let's start with our making some bug bite roll-on. So this is mine from last year, and my daughter is, mosquitoes just love her. She has sweet blood, is what we call, our type 1s we often call sweet, often we say they have sweet blood, and she has type 1 diabetes. So when her blood sugars are high, that means she has a lot of sugar in her blood, and I think the mosquitoes are attracted to that, unfortunately. So she's always looking for good remedies to alleviate that itch and to reduce the swelling and redness that the mosquitoes bring her. So this is her magic tool, and I'm going to make her own blend because she's going away this summer. She's going to be gone for the whole summer, working in summer camps, working for a diabetes camp, and she'll be going across Canada. And I have a feeling that she'll be seeing some parts of the country that have bigger mosquitoes than what we have here. So she's going to get her own rollerball, and she'll be stocked up for her summer. So what I'm going to do is reuse a bottle. So this is an old tea tree bottle, and there really isn't any tea tree left in it. So I just happened to find that this morning, and I'm going to just repurpose that. And I don't even have to clean it out because there is tea tree in this recipe. So I'm just going to use it as is. So this Itch Be Gone recipe has 5 drops of lavender, 3 drops of tea tree, and 2 drops of frankincense. So, and it works. It really works. When I went back to looking at this recipe from last summer, I really thought there would be purification in it because a lot of people use purification to help with bug bites too, and it works. But it wasn't working for my daughter. So this is the one that we combined together. And that often happens. You'll find that an oil, your neighbor says, oh my goodness, this oil was great for whatever, it really helped me do this. And then you try it and you're like, it didn't do anything. And it's because we're all different, and different oils work differently on different people. But good thing is that there's lots of oils that do the same thing. So just try the next one. So if the purification didn't work for you, try this kind of combination and see how it goes. So I'm trying to get the ring off because we don't need that on when we're putting the roller ball on. And it's really sticky. Tea tree tends to get really sticky, so I might actually have to wait and do that later under hot water. So I'm going to start with 5 drops of lavender. And right into the bottle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, I lost one to the wind. 3 drops of tea tree. This tea tree bottle actually, I don't know if you can really see the lid, kind of morphed and it ended up leaking. So when it came in my order, I just contacted Young Living and said something's wrong with the stopper on the top, and they sent me a new one. So I'm still using the oil because there's a little bit left, but I don't travel with this one definitely because it doesn't seal properly. So 3 drops, 1, 2, 3. And frankincense, my absolute favorite, 2 drops of frankincense. And then switch that around. You know, I'm almost, so that's the total of 10 drops in a 15 mil, and I'm going to double it. I'm just really feeling like I could double it for this recipe, and I certainly don't want my daughter to be itching all summer, so I'm going to just do that. 1, 2. Because she's been using essential oils for a while, she has a good tolerance, and this is going to be heavily diluted, so I'm pretty comfortable to add a bit more. And the bulk of it's lavender too, which is awesome for everything. 5. Okay, and then I'm going to top this up with, I'm going to top it up with the V6. She's not gluten-free, so she can certainly, I'll just do a little bit first to do a little swish, mix them all up really well. Yeah, that's better. That's much stronger. And then fill it to the top. Make sure you label everything. Sometimes I'll go to my cupboard and I'm like, What is that? So I do try to label everything right after I make it so that I'm not second guessing. There we go. That's all filled up. Yeah, that's better. I'm glad I doubled that. And again, just go with your intuition. If it just doesn't feel right, then adjust. There's nothing wrong with doing that, especially when you're diluting already. It's certainly fine to adjust. So I don't think this is going to go on here without that top off, but let's give it a go. So basically, how are you going to do that? So in the starter kit that comes with one of these roller balls, but you can reorder a packet of them too, right from the Young Living website, because I'm making rollers all the time. So I just stick it in the top there and then put the lid on, and then you'll hear a click. And that means it's in place. Okay, it's solid there. Okay. So I will, actually it did work with that collar on, but I think I'll still take it off just to make sure it gets a good seal. I don't want that spilling all over everywhere. This one I called Bug Bites, and I probably would just keep it the same so that it's really easy for her to grab and to know which one it is. So I'll also be sending her with some bug spray and that I make, and also some sunscreen that I make, and probably some oils just to help with emotions. She has been going to be working with kids all summer, and I'm sure that either herself or the kids in her charge might have some emotions coming up throughout the summer. So I'll put together some really nice oils that can help just ground and feel safe and just really enjoy that summer activity together. So I think that's all I have today. Be sure to check out my group. It's Real Deal Young Living Therese. So if you just type in the search engine RDYL Therese, you will probably find me. And I also am doing online classes right now. We've got a couple of scheduled classes in May. I don't know if that wind is hopefully it's okay. So it's a great opportunity for you to not have to clean your home, not have to make any goodies, not even have to get dressed. You can be in your PJs. And I set up a group on Facebook and post for 3 days about oils. And then throughout those course of those 3 days, your friends may purchase any oils that they wish. Also free oils for you, depending on what the sales of the party are. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. You can be anywhere across Canada. I've been meeting a lot of people across Canada, and I haven't been able to go and actually teach a class for them in where they live because, of course, of the distance. So this is a great way to have your party, get some free oils, and not even have to leave your home. So connect with me if you'd like to do that, and we can get that going. And also, remember to clean your diffusers, all right? Give them longer lasting life. So have a great day. I hope there's sun where you are, and I hope there's joy in your heart. Take care.